can't ever time that right. Nope.
Woo, Ryan, guess what? It's show number 100.
The meat glitter make that kitty quiver. I'm just saying. Check this out.
Yes, Steve, let's see your wiener.
Bless.
There you go.
When you take your shirt off, does it match your chest hair?
You okay, Ryan?
Yep.
You took a little too big of a gulp, didn't you? Got a little brave.
No, this one's, I mean, I love that.
Hello, Ryan. Well, you know what the problem was today, ladies and gentlemen, because you can't hear it. I didn't get any sound for the starting, so I just had to try and pay attention to what was going on. But anyway. All right, everybody. It is Thursday night. It is time for another Thursday Night BBQ Chat. I am Steve Kress. I am with It's All About the Barbecue. And during the week, most of the time, you will find me walking the aisles at Wanamaker's in lovely, beautiful downtown Downers Grove, Illinois. There it is, 1940 Ogden Avenue. And the man sitting next to me, as always, except for next week, the chairman of the board. He's always missing, though I was gone for a month. The chairman of the board, Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer, Mr. Ryan Hoagland.
What's up, everybody? How are we doing? It is Thursday night, and that's right. We're back here for Thursday Night BBQ Chat, and I am excited about this show because I have been drooling over some sauces.
I'm glad you said sauces, Ryan. I was getting a little nervous.
Definitely not over you, Steve, but
that was just you and I on the screen.
Right, we got Mr. Terry White House Griddlers over on Instagram, says, good evening, everybody. What's up, Terry? How's it going? And our good buddy Greg Snyder says, good evening, guys.
Greg Snyder. Greg, great to see you. Old School wasn't – they canceled Old School tonight. Mark and Ashley. I don't know why they canceled, but they canceled today. It's too bad. Hope everything's okay.
Maybe we'll get like double-digit people to watch the greatest show.
Maybe we'll get double-digit. We got great guests. So to make sure we get double-digit people, everybody, if you get a chance, share us out to somewhere. Just share it. Share it out. Share us on Facebook. Share us on Instagram. Share us on YouTube.
Yes.
And let's spread the barbecue.
Make sure you hit that like button. And I'm going to start it off early because I'm going to try to get the episodes up there, but go check us out on Spotify. I'm going to work on it. No guarantees, but we're going to get it there. But we wouldn't be able to do all this stuff without our amazing sponsors. So for the first half of the show, let's thank them for
being our
sponsors.
Fat Boy Hickman's Barbecue. Backyard barbecue done right. Steak Ager. Next level dry aged steak at home. Spitfire Grills. Built for serious fire. P&L Steaks Grilling Supply Company. Gear for the grill life. Smoky Woods. Real wood flavor for real barbecue.
And Smoky Woods.
I knew you were going to say that.
Smoky Woods. Hey, look who's on. Girls Gone Grilling's on.
Nice.
Her sauces are, I think I got them right up here.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Did you see them up there, Ryan?
Oh, no, I don't have. I don't get them. Only Steve gets them.
I know, only Steve gets it.
Oh, so Greg said it was too hot at the warehouse. There's no AC there. Ugh.
Oh,
well, look at this.
Hashtag
handsome is in the
nerd.
chat. Call me a nerd. Why would you call
me a
Steve
nerd? Maybe because Steve does his button all the way up to the top. People think
maybe. Anyways, they don't want to listen to us. Actually, they do like listening to us.
All right. Anyway, Ryan. So absolutely fantastic. I was again surfing on Instagram. And as nobody, back in the day, it was really hard to find guests. Now I've got guests scheduled although I was telling Ryan, all the way through September. So this guest has been scheduled for quite a while because I saw him right after he won the best sauce. And I think it was the American Royal. That shows you how long it's been. I can't remember which one he won it at, but I think he won the best sauce. And I got intrigued because he has some amazing flavors of sauces, Ryan.
Yes.
So should we meet Mr. Walter Kinzie, or should we just cancel the show now and let everybody be in suspense?
They don't want to do that. Anyways, let's welcome to the show. If I could hit the button when it actually works on my computer. Walter, how you doing there, sir? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good to be here and excited to be a part of it. And you're right, Steve. We've had this scheduled for a while, and but I'm grateful for it. I've had it on my calendar and ready to rock.
Awesome.
Well, the hardest part about doing this so far in advance is that when it gets close, I usually tell everybody that we'll schedule it. I'll check back in a week or two away from the show to make sure scheduling doesn't change, because everybody, I mean, not everybody has a super popular podcast like this. They're doing real jobs and they're doing things where their schedule can change. So I usually check back, but then it's the matter of trying to figure out how I contacted the person to begin with. Because sometimes I'll do it on email. Sometimes I do it through Instagram. It all depends on where you get lucky and somebody responds to you. And then it's a matter of trying to find out, was it my personal messenger? So it took a while, but I ended up finding it. It was with Walter, it was an email.
That's right. That's right. So
old age, Steve.
Oh, no, it's just that there's so many different. Some people answer emails. Some people answer Instagram. Some people don't answer Instagram because they got so many people on Instagram, they don't answer Instagram.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, I'm not going to
well,
talk.
and I'm the weirdo that I can't stand trying to figure out what somebody's email address is within a company. So I have like 7 different emails that come to me. And so if you info at Kinzie Foods, Walter at Kinzie Foods, howdy at Kinzie Foods, they all just go to the same person. So, and that's me. So,
yeah, I mean, I think the one that I sent it to, it was like info at Kinzie. Yeah. It was just regular. It wasn't Walter at Kinzie Foods. And it just, I think somebody said, oh, we'll pass it along to the boss.
Yep. Here we are. We are happy to be
well,
here.
It doesn't matter how we got here, but I just want to let people know how some of the backstory of what happens trying to schedule people with Thursday Night BBQ Chat. But
it is hard with all these different emails and stuff and trying to keep up with where it's at. I was looking for my car rental for my trip next week, and I could not find my rental. I had to actually like email Priceline and say, look, I placed an order for a car on this date, and I don't know.
That sort of stuff used to come to me so easy as well. And so I've just got into like the habit immediately, whether it was this podcast or our reservations next week. Like, I don't trust that something's going to automatically get emailed and so it's going to trigger my calendar. I literally just screenshot right then, go put it in my calendar, and it shows me exactly where it was at and keeps me organized. But there was a time in my life where that stuff would just come to me and I'm just like, I can't remember where I keep my socks these days.
Not anymore.
So Walter, let's start this big show off. And the thing that gets me with anybody that does sauces and rubs and all that other stuff is what got you into wanting to do a sauce? I mean, besides barbecue is crazy enough as it is, but sauces and rubs is a whole different ball game, even than barbecue. What made you? Where did you start? What got you into it? Is it these old secret recipes, or what got you into the sauce game?
Yeah, I have a very, in a lot of ways, very traditional path. I grew up consuming a sauce that my aunt made. As a kid, we didn't have a whole lot of condiments or different things around the house because we all just loved my aunt's barbecue sauce. That was in Kansas, where I grew up. Later in life, I moved to Texas as I became an adult, and I got introduced to this gigantic world of sauces. Some of them were wonderful. None of them could compete with my aunt's flavor. We all have family recipes that rock, but most of the time they just rock to us. And so in that regard, we had it. I loved it. About 5 years ago, my aunt taught me how to make it. At the time, and I still do, but it was a much different operation back then. At the time, I had an entertainment company. Was throwing easiest way to describe what I did was I would throw birthday parties for billionaires, and was kind of throwing some pretty wild stuff all over the country. And had a brief conversation.
That's pretty close to what Ryan used to. Ryan used to be a DJ, and he used to do DJ stuff from billionaires too.
Ryan and I probably work together. You never know.
Yeah, Steve, don't be jealous, Steve, of our lifestyle.
Don't be a hater.
I mean, I don't know if they were billionaires or brokenaires, but I mean, we still did it.
If you got paid, that's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
If the check cleared, we're good. So I started handing it out to employees and vendors and partners and the celebrities I was working with. And in the back of my mind, I always thought it would probably be interesting to do, but at the same time, I was of this mindset that like Kraft Heinz is a $42 billion company. Like, what's the chances a nobody could come in and actually compete in the condiment space? And you look at all of these McCormick's, Hershey, Campbell, Hunt's, all of them, they're huge conglomerates with big institutional cash. and I'm probably still an idiot for trying to go up against folks like that, but here we are. I started handing it out in mason jars as gifts to folks that I was working with, and it didn't happen right away, but I would say probably within 9 or 10 months of me just randomly handing it out as gifts, I started getting inbound requests. Hey, where can I get this? All that. And some of them were coming from pretty substantial business folks or celebrities or whatnot. And so finally, it was 2 years ago this month, I had like 200 jars to make and ship out. And I wasn't charging anybody anything for this stuff. And it was just one of those things where it was like, I can't afford to keep doing this. And so, and having no aspirations, had not done my homework about what it would be like to enter the space, I set a great big price tag on them just as a means to hopefully get people to go away. And thought, they'll get the hint. They've been taking this stuff for a couple of months or a couple of years or whatever. They'll maybe buy one from me and then it'll be over with. And two really incredible things happened once I started charging for it. Number one, they felt like they had permission to tell people about it. And so then it was like the order started multiplying. And then the other thing was the feedback. Nobody's going to tell you that your food's great or sucks if they're getting it for free.
Right.
But whenever they have to pay for it, they're going to start giving you input. And feedback, in my opinion, is a gift. It could be hard to hear sometimes, but it's a gift. And so I just started paying attention, and where things started getting consistent, I had never considered that I needed more than one flavor. And this was before I was even considering launching this thing. I had a great flavor, tasted good. And so, but I started listening to consistent feedback, and I heard over and over again, do you have anything a little spicier? And that's where this came from, Ghost. Ghost was technically my third flavor, but it was just taking feedback from folks and then starting to build it out. I worked in retail for a little bit prior to launching my entertainment company. And I remembered a little bit of the back and forth of trying to get exclusives from vendors and different things like that to give us a competitive edge over other groups. And so as I really started to think about this, I started to think, I should build out a line and I should create some exclusives in there that, you do enough volume and you can have access to something that nobody else can have access to. And that's where now we have released 11 flavors. But I have another 4 ready to be released, and then I have in progress another 7 or 8. So
that's I'm fidgeting because it's an insane amount of sauces.
Well, and it's too many for one shelf. It's too many options.
Yeah. No,
and you look at my website. I don't have 11 flavors on my website. I keep it to 5. And so it's too many options. If they've never tried you, they never heard of you, they don't know where to go. And if they think about it too long, they're just going to, commit to come back later or just not do anything at all. So I always, what is available is a condensed line, but like the McRib comes back every fall, every spring. I bring flavors back for limited runs and different things like that. And the customers tend to go nuts for them. And they continue to give us feedback on how we can keep growing and thriving, and it's working for us.
I like that, working off of the pent up demand of certain sauce is only available certain times of the year, so people wait for it, then they look for it, and then they know it's only a limited time run. So instead of buying 1, they may buy 2, they may buy 3, they may buy 4, because they know they're gonna try and order whatever gets them from one special period to the next. Dude,
that's exactly right. Our first limited drop is our blue bottle. It's called Reaper. It's our spiciest flavor. And we drop it. National Barbecue Day is also my birthday. It's May 16th. And so we drop it on May 16th every year. And our longtime fans and followers just know now that they're only going to, unless they can find it in a retailer somewhere, wherever they live in the country, they know that they stock up because they're only going to have access to it for a very limited time. And when we do these drops, I'll make 250 bottles, and they sell out sometimes in a few minutes, sometimes in a couple hours. But yeah, that's how it always goes.
Only 250 for nationwide. Wow.
Yeah, that's separate from our wholesale orders. So we will release it to retail at different capacities. But
Right.
but when we're going to drop it on our website and on our social media channels, we make 250 bottles, and then when it's gone, it's gone.
I like that. That's a good.
It's like trying to find a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle bourbon. You know,
I love the analogy, and I cannot wait till my brand has that level of status.
Well, it made me think because we got our good buddy Happy Pappy Pepper Powder is here.
Yeah, there you go.
And Girls Gone Grilling says that's cool. I think we were talking about, you know, how you bring back the line. And then Adam Sherwin, what's going on, brother? How's it going? Welcome.
What's up, Adam? So, yeah. So, let me tell you though, once you got into the retail is a whole different. I mean, it's a love-hate relationship if you've been doing retail for a really long time. But how did you feel once you got into the barbecue space? I mean, tell me, it's not the best space that you could possibly ever decide that you're going to be in.
Well, so go back to when I was a kid. We had one condiment in our fridge, my aunt's barbecue sauce. So we put barbecue sauce on our eggs. We put it on our burgers. We put it on our shrimp. We put it on our fish. We put it on our catfish. We put it on. It was everything. We needed one condiment in our house, and it was that mason jar. And so as I've looked to develop my flavors, I've tried to create flavors that I believe that barbecue sauce is fairly and unfairly categorized in this smoked meats world, which is a world I love, I admire. I love smoking meats. I'm not nearly as talented as probably anybody that's on this call or on this podcast, but I can tell you that I love doing it. But I think a lot of us probably have the ambition to do it a lot more than what we have the time to do. And so our whole mission from the beginning, and if you look at our website, we have a ton of recipes created by world-renowned chefs on our website. But you're not going to find ribs or pulled pork or brisket or anything like that. You're going to find quinoas and salmon dishes and rice bowls and different things like that. We're focused on for not just us, but the entire industry, on educating the world that there is a super flavorful condiment that is not bland, that is not just something that's going to add moisture to your meal, that it actually will enhance anything. And whether you're making scrambled eggs, whether you're making French fries, whether you're making a rice bowl, whether you're making ramen, doesn't matter. Barbecue sauce is a condiment for all of those things. And we try to release flavors like Pekin, which is an ultra rare pepper out of Mexico. It's our pink bottle. It's an ultra rare pepper out of Mexico. When you taste it, it's like a cocktail sauce. But it is a barbecue sauce that is naturally enhanced by this pepper that I love to harvest out of Mexico called a Pekin. And that Pekin gives it a really fruit flavored pepper flavor to it that gives it this very odd, in a very pleasurable way, cocktail sauce flavor. But it's barbecue sauce. And so we try to do that very intentionally, even with the sauce, Steve, that you learned that we won the American Royal with, called Dubai Chocolate. You know, you put that on bananas and strawberries and ice cream and French fries and chicken nuggets and chicken strips and pizza. And there's a grocery store manager in Tucson, Arizona, that would swear it's the best thing that you could ever put on ribs. And I love that he loves that, but I'm probably not going to put it on ribs. I'm going to keep putting it on my chicken nuggets. So, but it's
right. A guest after my own heart, Ryan.
You can put it on your mac and cheese, Steve.
I don't put well. Is the running joke here is I run the barbecue department at Wanamaker's. I go to a lot of competitions to eat, and then I do this podcast. But I do not have the patience or the temperament to physically cook. I don't mind going and helping somebody cook because I'm not the main cook. So it's like I could cook for them. So you and I are probably on the same. I love eating barbecue food. I just don't. I can't stand the process of preparing it because to me, I just don't. As you can see, I'm fidgeting in my chair, just sitting here doing a show for an hour. That sitting there doing 12 or 13 hour cook is enough.
You would be, and I do love cooking, and I have to almost schedule time to make it happen between the entertainment company and this, and two little girls, and Jason, doing all the things that young dads do. But it's but I laugh because I'm staring at my stand-up deep freeze right now. The number of times I've gone to the store and been like, all right, I'm going to smoke some ribs tomorrow, and all the ribs I have are frozen ice rock. They're hard as a rock right now. I'm just going to grab these right now, and I'm smoking them tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and they go right in the deep freeze, and I have probably 20 different racks of ribs in my deep freeze that I just had the best of intentions of getting out and smoking, and it just didn't happen. So
that is the hardest when you're ready to do something, and you're like, it's frozen. Let me just go grab another one.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, So, well, Ryan, are you ready with pictures? I'm hoping you were scammering through his site to find stuff, because I'm going to ask you the bigger question of all of this, because I've seen some of the odd flavors that you have, and I don't mean odd in a bad way, but they're just not what you would normally see.
They're
with
not
barbecue
traditional.
stuff. They're not traditional. Where does the mindset? Where do the ideas come from? I mean, is it like, hey, I want to do something with a Southwestern flair. Let's do something. What can we find that's unusual? Or how do you get that one that you were just showing us? Where do you come
the
up
keen?
with?
Yeah. So I do love to cook. I don't have time to do a 20-hour smoke very often, but I do love to cook. And so I'm all the time. It started, truthfully, Pekin was one of the first ones I wanted to create because I love the pepper so much. And the Pekin pepper is one of those that I've ate with chocolate cake. I've had, I have it with a ton of different dishes. And so that's where, as I've been on this journey of like, I'm going to be one of the people that educates America that you can use barbecue sauce for anything you would use a condiment for. And so, but when you think about mayo, mustard, ranch, ketchup, whatever it might be, hot sauce, think about barbecue sauce first. And so where I get a lot of my inspiration is, all right, if they're reaching for ranch, why would they be reaching for ranch? What is that flavor profile within it? And how could I manipulate that into a barbecue sauce? Because I want to be that person. The average bottle of barbecue sauce sits in a fridge. I'm not for anybody that's listening to this podcast,
Right.
But in America, the average bottle of barbecue sauce sits in a fridge for 11 months. And here's a fun fact for you. You are more likely to have a bottle of barbecue sauce in your fridge in America than you are to have mustard, mayo, ranch, or hot sauce. The only condiment you're more likely to have is ketchup. Yet, you go through more mustard, mayo, ranch, and hot sauce in a year than you do barbecue sauce. So you're more likely to have the bottle in your fridge. And so what that tells me is everyone knows they want to have it handy for when, but then it sits there and they don't do anything with it. And so I try to create adventurous flavors that it can bridge that gap between thinking, knowing I need it in my fridge and actually getting my hands on it and using it. And so for all of those reasons, and then like Dubai chocolate, I didn't set out to win awards with the Dubai chocolate. I didn't even set out to like release it. I literally made it as something for my daughters, never even thinking it would be something that was good enough that I would want to release it. And then it started out, I was with some of my guy friends, and then they started, and I just had enough people say, you should go ahead and just put that out. And then lo and behold, I applied for the American Royal, and I put 6 of our flavors in. And the next day I shot him a note, and I'm like, hey, I slept on it. I think I have one more I want to put in. I didn't even put Dubai chocolate in my original lineup to the American Royal, and it was the one that ended up winning. And so anyway, it's been a very pleasant surprise in the reception it's received nationwide, and folks really, really have enjoyed it.
Nice. We love this is the whole. Is this the whole lineup here? Is all the
so that's what we call the black labels. That's the core lineup. And so when you look at our bottles, you're going to see, and you're not going to find a ton of them online because our limited releases are very rarely there. When you look at our lineup, we have the black labels. That's the core lineup that's available 365 days a year: sweet, espresso, pickle, fiery, and ghost. Then we have what we call our colorful labels, and those are the ones where the labels are bright and vibrant. Our jalapeno lime, that was our 4th of July release. So that has Reaper, garlic, and our newly branded fiery, which we're calling number 1. And so, you'll see the bright, colorful bottles. Those are the limited runs. And so that's jalapeno lime, Dubai chocolate, pecan, pistachio, reaper, and we just released garlic 2 weeks ago.
I just grabbed this one here, maybe. But
Yeah, that's so those were 3 of our 4 best performers at the American Royal. We were the only company in America to have 4 in the top 25, 3 in the top 10, 2 in the top 3, and we won it. And so Dubai Chocolate came in first in the specialty category. Fiery came in third. In the tomato category, Pickle came in 25th, and then Jalapeno Lime came in 9th.
that pickle one, I'm so set on pickle right now. It's just,
Oh, you got to do it. So here's the fun story about pickle. So I did not have my company yet. So I told you Ghost was the 3rd flavor that I developed. My 2nd flavor was pickle. I didn't have a company. I wasn't even in the mindset that I wanted to have a company. I was still just handing this stuff out in mason jars, and I was on a flight, and the lady next to me on the flight ordered a Bloody Mary, and she was sitting there talking about all the wild ones she's had in different places around the country. And it just got me thinking about, I wonder how my family sauce would taste in a Bloody Mary. And I saw a little pickle hanging off the side of her Bloody Mary. I'm like, I think I could make a Bloody Mary sauce. So pickle actually started out as a Bloody Mary sauce. And we still have a huge number of our customers that's how they use it. Literally, They don't use it for food. They use it in their Bloody Marys.
I really like that idea. Well, from working the aisle, from working the wall, and all that other stuff. I mean, that's people. I shouldn't say people. Customers have become very literal. I mean, if it's a barbecue rub,
yep,
they think they can only use it for It's for barbecue. It's a barbecue rub. It's a barbecue sauce. You can only use it for barbecue. And people look at it because I only carry the 12-ounce jars of rub, and they're just like, oh, it's such a big jar. And it's like, well, you can use it on everything. Oh, really? Then they're like, oh, really? I said, yeah, it's like a seasoned salt. I mean, you can use it on popcorn. You can use it on your eggs. You can use it on your vegetables. You can do it on potatoes. You can put it on anything. Anything that you put salt on, you could probably put a rub on. I said, that's all it is. And they're like, oh. So I like that idea of a more versatile barbecue sauce. That is
precisely the thing I am trying to solve. And I'm not going to be able to do it by myself, but someone's got to start it. And I'm not even saying I was the first. I may not have been, but I'm the one that's making the most noise right now doing it. And it's like, it pains me to see so many awesome flavors, and they just get pigeonholed in these categories. I'm like, someone sitting in a high-rise apartment in New York City is not going to smoke ribs every week. But no. Why, if we don't educate them that this is what they should have in their fridge, who's going to? Because it's a hell of a lot better than a ketchup. It's a hell of a lot better than a mayo. And those things, they serve a purpose, but it could be so much better. And you're exactly right. You look at every morning, I'm as predictable as can be. I have the exact same breakfast every single morning before my kids get up. My wife's up. I go in, I make a couple eggs. But the side of my oven or the side of my stovetop looks like what most people's rack would whenever they're out there grilling, because I've got all of my meat church items. I've got all of it. It's just like, okay, what flavor are my eggs going to be this morning? And it's, I've got so many different ones. There's probably 30 bottles out there, and my eggs never taste the same because I season them with a different rub every single morning.
Huh. Well, before you read the comments, Ryan, I do have to make an honest confession right here in front of Walter. But yes, I did see him win the award, and I'm like, I didn't recognize the brand. But then I went to his page, and I saw somebody putting barbecue sauce on ice cream, obviously being an ice cream fanatic. And when I saw ice cream and barbecue sauce, and I'm just like, I got to have this guy on the show. I said, didn't have to worry about you won the American Royal best sauce thing. It was the fact that this thing could be put on ice cream. And I'm like, this barbecue sauce is on ice cream. Those flavors just don't mix. And I'm just trying to
fire. It is so good. And you think about this for a second. You know how much sodium is in ice cream? No one thinks about it, but every bite of ice cream in savory. Every bite of ice cream in savory, because there's a ton of sodium in it. That's the same thing here. My Dubai chocolate flavor starts sweet. It ends savory. It's amazing on ice cream. It is really, really good.
Wow. Is that you, Ryan?
That's my halfway through the show alarm for the second half of our.
That's a new thing, Walter. You got to experience a new sound effect here on Thursday Night Barbecue Chat. I thought it was like the old Groucho Marx show. I thought somebody said the magic word. I was waiting for the duck to come down from the ceiling, and
everybody wins.
Someone won some money because somebody said the magic word. And then we'll get let's go to that. Yeah, let's do the sponsors, Ryan, and then we'll do the whatever it's called, the comments after.
Yeah, I do want to just get to our second half, and then I'll get back to the alarm.
Melinda's Hot Sauce, bold heat and flavor. Boar's Night Out, championship level barbecue rubs. Blues Hog, legendary sweet heat barbecue sauce. Marble Ridge Farms, premium quality meats. Fat Cow Jerky, big flavor for serious snacking. And OG Bandits, bold rubs with barbecue attitude.
So I do have to say, I love that Fat Cow Jerky.
That's
right, Ryan. You never got the taste
that, but
he's got a.
That alarm's been set for like 2.5 months now. It's gone off at 7:30 every single show. I'm surprised it's the first time you hear it. I just want to say that.
Anyway, well, Fat Cow Jerky's got a dill pickle jerky.
There's
you
a
guys
lot
should
of folks
partner up. You could have a whole pickle dinner with pickle sauce plus pickle jerky.
Well, Happy Pappy Pepper Powder said I had a fried dill pickle pizza with barbecue sauce drizzled on the top of the pizza.
I love that. Yeah. Should we give away some pickle barbecue sauce to someone in the comments on the show today?
Sure. It's up to you. Yeah, I'm good.
You facilitate it however you want. Send me an address. Someone in the comments should win some free sauce from me today.
My address is
Ryan. Surprisingly, it's Ryan's address. Go figure. Steve always gets everything. Congratulations, Ryan.
We're gonna think of something towards the end of the show here, and we're gonna pop it out and see who answers it first.
Okay. Well, let's do something like who was the first guest on Thursday Night Barbecue Chat? Ryan doesn't even.
I was gonna go more towards the sauces.
Oh, well, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your show, Ryan. Actually, it's my show. But it's both.
I have a dessert pepper powder that goes good on any ice cream or dessert as well.
I love that. And that's exactly it. And the more people like us that can sit there and toot that horn, and I look at some of these folks that have amazing platforms, and they built their companies the way that they built them. They've done what but I'm just like, just take 1 or 2 videos and educate people that it doesn't require a smoker to use barbecue sauce, and it will do wonders for our industry. And I want us all beating that drum, because the more we all do it, the more we normalize this, the better it's going to be for every one of us kind of chomping up at the bit to try to make our way in this category. So we're going to keep it going. I'm going to keep releasing flavors that are totally unexpected, and we're going to keep doing it.
Happy Pappy's
he's just throwing his address out there.
He's just throwing his address out there right now so everybody can send something to Happy. Well, just so you know, I mean, I think it's Tom. Tom, you should reach out. But this is Happy Pappy. He does his own little pepper powder.
Oh, I'd love to try it.
Yeah, it's actually really good. You know what? My favorite thing about the whole jar is, one, I do like the character on the front, but I mean, look at that warning on the back.
That's hysterical.
Caution.
That's awesome.
Hot pepper powder. You don't see that on anything. So nope. Yeah, Tom, you guys talk to each other, and if anybody's out there that does the sauce thing, I mean, Walter's on here. Ask him questions about the distribution and bottling and all that other kind of stuff, because that's got to be the hardest part, though. Is how do you go from? Matter of fact, I'll ask the question: how hard was it to go from the mason jar to how many different things were there?
Oh my gosh!
Between the mason jar and the jars we see, how many different bottles did you fight through?
The number of bodies on the ground after that, it was a nightmare. Mason jar. So we have had with every turn, it was all about what I could afford to do. So when we left the mason jar, we went to our first squeeze bottle, but I couldn't afford to buy 100 of them at a time on Amazon. So I was going with one that would sell me quantities. So long story short, we added up one time to get to this bottle, between concepts we've released and actually sold, or those that just never made the cut was like 182.
Wow.
182 bottles. But I've been a fanatic about it because, and whether it's my label, my logo, the look, the number of times I would, and the amount of money I would spend to get something to look like this, to then drive down to a grocery store and clear out a little space and put it on the shelf and say, I can't see it. It's too dim, or it doesn't stand out. It doesn't pop the way, or it gets lost in all of this. I can't do it. Just to restart it. I mean, I've had a lot of really brilliant vendors quit me along the way because I refuse to do anything other than get it exactly the way it needs to be. And so, but this bottle right here, I think it was like 182 or 188 bottles to get to this. And bottles we released were, if you don't count the mason jars, bottles that people paid for. We are on our 4th concept that actually made it. And we thought, okay, this is our bottle. And then one thing led to another, and it didn't work out, and it wasn't going to work. This is, I hate to say this is it, but it is. This is the bottle we're going to be in. And it's not just the bottle; it's also the cap. It's everything. Like, I care very much. I can't stand opening my fridge and seeing a bunch of old crusty bottles in there. And so the fact that our label covers almost everything is highly intentional. Like, I want you, no matter what, I want you to have a crisp, clean look in the fridge. The cap that we have is designed to where stuff doesn't get gunked in it. You can control the pour. You're not having to beat the hell out of it. Water's not running out of it whenever it's done. And so it was an exhaustive process. And there are a lot of highly successful companies that probably got it right the first or second time. But I just had a very particular experience I wanted my customers to have. And for those reasons, 180 some bottles in, I'm actually, I have this bench right here that you can't see, that every single drawer is just filled with concepts that didn't get approved. And I've kept every single one of them. And so it was a long, exhaustive process, designing the label, settling on even the type of brand that we want to be. Do we want to have this cutesy, the first name that Pickle had was Kick and Pickle. Do we want to have this cutesy naming rights to everything with a cutesy label or a creative label that's just filled with, anyway, there was so much that goes into the emotion that I want it to evoke when people see the bottle, touch the bottle. Our labels, whenever you guys get your hands on some of this, and I'll send you some. Like, our labels are soft to the touch. They're not like any condiment label you've ever had before in your life. Like, when you grab it, it's immediately soft to the touch. You literally just want to run your fingers over it because it's so soft. And so all of this stuff is just highly intentional to give every aspect of the experience to be enjoyable and premium. And so, yes, it was
go ahead.
a very literal answer to a question that could have a broad kind of scope of directions, but
I like the labels. I mean, they're clean. There's not a lot to it. There's not a lot of distraction. It goes right to it. And then the color coordination on everything you have too is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, from being on the obviously from doing this for quite a bit, it seems that everybody is moving to the direction that you're in. There's not as many labels with goofy characters on it. There's not as many that are the goofy names. Now everything is pretty. I mean, Matt Pittman's probably the only one that really has some like holy cow and gospel and all that. But almost everybody now, it's chicken rub, pork rub, rib rub, beef rub. It says what's in the bottle. So I think there's that move to try to make it easier for the non-barbecue people to just know exactly what's in the jar.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And even like Pekin, which this is one of my personal favorites. I use a ton of this stuff. Nobody knows what Pekin is. Most people look at it, it's Pequan or Penguin, or even they look at the bottle and they just immediately assume it says peach. And so like nobody knows what that is. And so as much as I love it, the contents on the inside of the bottle are not going to change, but I'm going to have to rebrand this flavor because I put it out there. Everybody that's bought it loves it. I've had a number of people. I got a letter from or an email from a customer in Houston, Texas a while back that just said, I don't care about anything else about your brand. I'm grateful you exist because you make Pekin. And they use it like crazy. But if you don't know who we are, if you don't know what that pepper is, if you don't know anything about it, which the vast majority of the world doesn't know what a Pekin pepper is, and the vast majority of the world has never heard of Kinzie barbecue. And so we have got to do a better job of naming stuff so that the immediate connection of like, oh, I would use that as a shrimp cocktail, or oh, I would use that on salmon or mahi mahi. I've got to get a different name for this for that reason.
Well, I don't know. Do you have? I don't have the label, but do you have QR codes on your labels?
Yeah, we have QR codes, and we put like inspiration back there. Try it on shrimp, salmon, pizza, rice bowls, tacos, grill. So with every one of these, and then our QR code actually links to our recipe page on our website where you're immediately given inspiration on the items that you can. We're actually about to upgrade our QR codes to be we just upgraded the website, so there's a search feature where you can just put in pickle and it'll give all the recipes for pickle. So now we're going to upgrade and make the QR specific to the flavor so that when you scan it, it's automatically going to just filter out all the flavors and just focus on the recipes that are best for that particular flavor.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, we saw that, Ryan. I think the first and funny, I carried the product for a little bit, was when Susie Bullock from Hey Grill Hey was on. She pointed out that QR code, like for her fish rub, you cue that same thing you're trying to get to, the QR code, and it brings up everything you can use that fish rub for. Yeah. And it, as a retailer, I use that a lot because people don't know, like, oh, I'm buying this fish and veggie rub, but I don't eat fish that often. It's such a big container. And then it's like, I pull out my phone, scan the QR code. And it's like, here's hundreds of recipes that you can use this rub for. That's perfect for a retail operation. I can tell you that much. But I do want to suggest, I got two things I want you to contact, because we'll have to get with afterwards, but I think you would be perfect for Mark Conway with the Food Sport Pro League. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Because they do a lot of it's almost like a competition, and you don't know what you're cooking until he tells you what you're cooking. But the thing is that you have so many unique flavors of sauce for him to say you're cooking pork, but you have to use Kinzie's whatever penguin rub or whatever the sauce you just said it was. And I can't say it, but I'm going to say it. So I'd rather just say penguin, and then they have to use that rub. I mean, obviously you have to probably be a sponsor of the Pro League or find a way to work it through there. But I think that would be awesome, because you got so many wide variety of different flavors that people just have no idea what Kinzie rub or sauce they're going to have to use for that particular event. So we'll figure that out. I love that. And then the other one is they're on Instagram right now, because I see them over there, and that's our good friend Matt and Toby down there at Farm to Fire, Louisiana, because they cook a lot of weird, different stuff. I shouldn't say weird, but they cook some really good stuff on Instagram. If you want, check them out. I think you should send them a couple samples of their stuff and see what they do with it. But they cook some really wild stuff. It's not just barbecue. Like the other day, they did they smoked a bologna chub, and then they made like a big, huge, like fried bologna, like not fried, but it was like on your, whatever thing you cook on, the flat top.
that thing you cook on, Ryan. Yeah. Yeah.
They smoked it, and then they put it on a flat top and seared it up a little bit. And then they put it on this big, on this thing. There they are right there over here. Now they're over on Facebook. But yeah, I think I'll get you everybody to talk to. But I think they would have a ton of fun, Matt and Toby, with your product.
I'd love that. I would love the introductions, would love to partner with folks like that. I just love working with creative folks. I love working with folks that don't think in the same box that the rest of the industry or the rest of the world thinks in. Again, I'm hell bent that we expand the application and that everyone in America knows that there's rubs and sauces that they should be using for every meal, and it's not bland stuff. It is barbecue. Yeah.
You're not. I would almost. You're almost not even like. I mean, I guess you're a barbecue sauce, but I mean, some of the stuff. You're above a barbecue sauce.
I wanted. It's just if we had more money, I'm bootstrapping this whole thing. I would make a bigger deal with the FDA to be in an expanded category, but it's real expensive to do that, and so it's super cheap to just go in the normal lanes. And so I'm in the barbecue lane right now, but working really hard to just inform everyone and like our pistachio flavor. Who's got pistachio flavored barbecue sauce? But the earthy tones of it work so great with pork chops and pork tenderloin and pulled pork. That brings out the savory side of the meat in a way like no other. But it's pistachio, and so we have a lot of fun with it, and we try really hard that when you like our pickle flavor, our average customer that buys pickle buys 4 bottles in the first 40 days. 4. They're going through it. I gave the stat earlier. The average bottle of barbecue sauce sits in a fridge in America for 11 months, yet our average pickle consumer gets 4 in 40 days because they realize they can put it on French fries, put it on cheeseburgers, put it on so many things. They're using it in competitions. They're having a lot of fun with it. And that's for all of our flavors. That's what we work really hard to do is just give people the freedom to create the most flavorful food you've ever had in the easiest format possible. We're all busy. My family lives on an air fryer. Like literally, we are air frying most of our meals, and it is just super easy to crush the air fryer and then go right in with whatever flavor we're feeling like and just taking it to the next level. So I'd love to release into categories that were more like everything sauce instead of, whatever, because that's where we belong.
Yeah. Greg said hook him up with Al Fragoni for the live fire.
I met Al at Memphis in May this year. Super, super good dude.
Yeah,
and his whole team was amazing. So I met him. I don't have his contact information. I would love to get introduced properly. Admittedly, I met him about an hour after the award ceremony when everyone was feeling good and nobody was like, oh yeah, I should get your information. It was more like, hey, it's the last night. And so super, super nice dude. So
yeah, no, he does amazing videos.
Pistachio sauce sounds amazing. And I was going to say,
I appreciate that. It starts earthy and savory and ends. I put a little bit of chocolate in it, so it ends nice and sweet. It's fire. It's really good.
So what are your plans for like the third week in January? Do you have any vision of going to Mississippi?
Let's do it.
To the Shed Showdown down in 3rd Mississippi?
Let's do it.
Contact Brooke and Brad.
Yeah, I would love to. We're in the Black Hills stock show the last weekend in January, but third weekend in January is wide open. We're going to be in Scottsdale at Barrett Jackson, the middle 2 weeks or the middle 10 days of the month. But third weekend, nothing. Let's do it.
All right, put it on your calendar, and then we'll figure something out. But just so Matt and Toby, just so you know, I'm hooking this whole thing together as you just saw, and Ryan is welcome to join us the third week of January. But Matt and Toby, if you can get to the Shed Showdown, and Walter comes with, and we do, so start thinking of some recipes because we're going to do. I want to cook with Farm to Fire Louisiana, and I think it's the only way I'm going to get a chance to is if they're at the Shed again. And we'll have Walter with us, and we'll do like some kind of cook with Thursday Night BBQ Chat. Walter with Kinzie Food, and then Farm to Fire Louisiana, and we'll try and figure out something we can cook. And
I have some spicy stuff like my Reaper flavor that I think could be really interesting with Cajun food. And I have a new spicy flavor coming out this fall that we're going to drop it at the end of September. That could be a lot of fun. Think spicy cherries is all. I'll give you the hint on what the flavor is going to be. But
well, no one watches the show, Walter. You can say the full name if you want to. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have been released on this show. We're famous for people using us as their test launch of I'll just say it here because nobody's watching.
Yeah, our next limited drop is called Cherry Reaper, and I'm taking my Reaper flavor. I'm taking it up a notch, so this one's going to be noticeably hotter. And it's going to have that tart flavor from the cherry. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. You know how many podcast hosts have tried to get me to spill what my next flavor is going to be, and I've never done it on a podcast before, Steve? You know how many times I bet I've done a dozen or so podcasts, and one of the most common questions is, what's your next limited rule? And I have never spilled my guts before.
This is the show that...
I don't know what you've done. Did you guys hypnotize me in that 10 minutes?
No, I just...
What's going on here?
It's just the sheer boredom of the show that just makes it just come right out. No, I'm just kidding. No, we had what? We had Susie Bullock with the gloves. She said that before they came out, so she let that out. And then who else did we? Oh, we had the guy from Jared from Low and Slow Snacks was on, and then he let it slip out that he was coming out with the Texas queso and the cinnamon sugar one, and then Mark from the Food Sport Pro League let Houston slip out because it was supposed to be a surprise.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't think that was Casey Webb, I think. There they are. Matt and Toby said they are definitely going to be there, and they're definitely interested in trying your sauces. So we'll have to get you two linked up and let them do some of their magic with their videos. But in the meantime, after the show, take a look at their videos, and they're freaking. I love watching their stuff. That's all I can say.
I'm going to go follow along. I'm going to go. There's so many people in the comments here. I'm going to start following all of them. So there's a lot of great folks here. So
Farm to Fire, I got to give them a shout out. They just sent a box out to my girl Trish for dancing in the kitchen, and she just did a full on video of all their stuff that was sent to them. So congrats on that.
Yeah, Ryan, we still got to make the whatever the Bria tacos.
Birria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Farm to Fire. I'm already following Farm to Fire. I'm already following.
What's going on?
But there you go. See, I mean, but their videos are amazing. The food they cook is amazing. And just everybody knows.
You kind of slapped them down, though, Steve. You're like, they do weird stuff.
What I meant to say by weird stuff, Ryan, is we're a barbecue show. And these guys, barbecue, you think of chicken, you think of ribs, you think of pork, you think of brisket. These guys are making shrimp po' boys. They're making fried bologna sandwiches. They're making he had the Cajun it wasn't an egg roll. It was whatever. What is that? What is the Texas Twinkie? It was a Cajun Twinkie. I mean, they have fried deviled egg. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Fried deviled eggs. I mean, so they do all this. It's not traditional barbecue that you think of as far as they're very versatile. And now they got the smoker that they just got. So now they've been doing a lot of smoking stuff. They're crazy down there.
Since Walter said he wants to give something away, I've got something in mind.
Here we go.
You said your stat in the beginning, and don't say the number, but it was for your pickle that you said was your majority, right?
Yep.
So the first person, and wherever you're watching at, the first person to put that number in the comments, and you can guess as many times as you want. But I remember what the number was. So the first.
How many bottles of pickle sauce?
The percentage of sales, right? Of your total sales, right?
Percentage of sales. Did I say it before the show, or did I say it on the show?
Oh, now you don't know, Ryan. You're asking a question of stuff we talked about in the green room that he may not have
But
seen.
hey, there's only 100 possible answers here. What percent of sales is I have 11 flavors. What percent of sales is my pickle flavor of the entire company? I think that's a good question. Even if I haven't said it yet, it's a good question. It wouldn't take.
That's a good. And whoever comes the closest by time.
I'll watch the comments, and I can do like hot or colder. So,
Griddles and Middles and Nick and Jay, how we doing,
of
guys?
Course, something free's being given away, and of course, who comes on?
Can't have 250% of his sales. He only can do
percentage.
100% of his sales. It's just the percentage.
Somewhere between a zero and 100.
So it's safe to say, girls gone grilling, you're cold. So. Ooh, Farm to Fire, Louisiana is real warm. Real warm.
So, guys, we're doing a little giveaway. The first person that gets the percentage of pickle barbecue sauce sales.
I have 11 flavors. One flavor I sell the most of, and it's pickle.
Feel free to comment as many times as you want.
That's right.
60% is close. I'll tell you that much. 50, close.
Close.
Goodler with 55. No, we're not there. Oh, how many bottles? Yeah, no.
Oh, no, how many bottles? So guess a percentage.
We shipped like 2,900 bottles of pickle last week. So
she forgot the zero at the end of that, so it's close.
So
Johnny really close to 58.
So what's the how many bottles? I mean, how many total bottles? So you went for. Or I got so many questions going right now. Bigger question is, do you have plans? Because I want it. Do you have plans of either doing a limited run or an anniversary edition of your original barbecue sauce sold in a jelly jar?
Whoa!
For like a limited time, you know, it's our 5-year anniversary or whatever you want to think about, or whatever special occasion, you know, birthday or whatever, celebrate where the origin, where the sauce came from. There's only going to be 1,000 jars or whatever, or 500, but it's going to the original sauce in the original jelly jar.
So
look,
our birthday is October 4th, 10/4. Now
it's my dad's birthday.
Our plans for this year are already cooked. So every year 10/4 we contribute quite a bit to first responders, and so and this is actually great for anybody that's listening that wants to participate in this. So this year it falls on a Saturday. So on 10/4 every year, we encourage local chefs, pitmasters, whatever, to go sign up their local fire departments and cook for them. I provide the protein, and what I do is I provide a $50 gift card to Sam's to go get the protein, and then I provide the sauce, and I provide the PR machine as well. Jake, who you all got to meet, who's wonderful, and I think last year we fed like 1,500 firefighters on 10/4. This year we're trying to feed 15,000. And so we've already got pitmasters signed up from the Bronx to San Diego. But anybody can sign up. There's a contact form on our website. Just go to our website, sign up. And again, we'll help you pay for the protein, and we'll provide the sauce. And we'll promote to the local media on your behalf. And we'll also promote on a national level as well. But it's got me thinking, like, for our birthday, not this year, but next year, we should do the day of our birthday. We should do a limited run. And so my daughter, when she was 8 years old, designed a label for us for Kick and Pickle. And she drew out what a pickle would look like, and she put arms on it and all this stuff. And I should do a limited run of, by the way, 57% is the closest. You were like,
we had a 55. We're getting close.
Oh, we did have a 55, so we had someone even closer.
Oh yeah, I distracted you, Walter, by asking a question.
Yeah,
I just think it's a cool thing, and I can't take full credit of it because I thought it was a cool thing. But Deuce Raymond's uncle was Larry Raymond, and Larry Raymond was the creator of Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay, yeah. And when his dad passed away, he did it a couple months after he passed away or so. He took his dad's, not the craft recipe. I don't even know who owns Sweet Baby Ray's anymore. But
we are so close. We've had a 55, a 56, a 53, but not the correct answer yet.
We are close.
So I wanted to stop because I know we were getting close to that number, so I didn't want to. I went in case Ryan wanted. But so what he ended up doing is he ended up taking the original formulation that his dad came up with and made a limited batch of it and put it into jars and obviously gave it to people. He didn't sell it, but he gave it to people. And I'm just like, when you said that you started out, you were handing out these jelly jars or whatever it is of sauce. I'm like, dude, that would be like a perfect either 4th anniversary, 5th anniversary, whatever it is, special 56.5.
It is a
54.
solid number.
Farm to Fire, Louisiana is the winner. They were the first one to say 54%. So
Farm to Fire. I thought it was 52. My bad. I'm off.
54%.
Ryan didn't even know the answer to the question, and he's doing it. That's why.
Yep, 54%. That's it. If you add up every bottle we sell of the other 10 flavors, it does not equal how many bottles we sell of pickle.
Greg said he's looking for your. He doesn't see the pistachio.
Pistachio is a limited run.
It's a limited run, Greg. So you got to wait for it to come in.
Have Greg send us a message. We'll link him up with the closest retailer to where he lives that carries it.
There you go, Greg.
So but yeah, it's
so here's your winners of the free bottle of sauce. You got Matt and you got Toby.
I'll send them both a bottle. So
yeah. Brian's got some of those, but they're only this big.
I know. I got the miniature versions of them.
And those guys, they're fantastic guys.
Yes.
So this just goes to show you, Ryan, that the barbecue family is amazing. I mean, just to see Walter and meet Walter and do everything with it.
I'm a nobody, but I'll tell you what, to directly respond to that comment right there. When I first started this, I talked to you about all these huge companies that I just didn't even know if I could compete with. And a lot of them told me I couldn't ever share their name, and I never have. You wouldn't believe the number of multi-billion-dollar condiment company CEOs that I just sent a message to on LinkedIn and agreed to meet with me. I'd fly out to their headquarters, or we'd do a Zoom or whatever. I could not believe. I think there was only one I asked to meet with that told me no. Everybody else, and some of them aren't even in the barbecue space. Some of them are in like the sauce space, running huge companies. And everybody was so welcoming. And that was the other part of it. It was like, I didn't know if I could compete. I also didn't know like how cutthroat this industry is. And I'm sure there's some of that whenever you get onto the real big national scale, but everybody I asked to meet with to just pick their brain, everybody said yes. Some of the most famous executives in this industry, all of them said yes except for one. And it was it's been amazing. And so the entire industry, from just your neighborhood pitmaster that just cooks for the neighborhood to the CEOs of some of the biggest companies on the planet, like everywhere in between. It's just, I have been so impressed with the love and joy and mutual respect that this industry has. It's not anything I was used to in the furniture world or in the entertainment world. And so it's just been such a pleasant surprise here.
Yeah, I mean, we always say it all the time: barbecue's family, and once you get into it, it's always right there.
And supporting their own big time, like crazy.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing. And all those people that you see commenting on the side, a lot of them are here every single week, and God bless you for that, because like Walter, we're nobodies, but they come and spend every Thursday night with us, and we totally appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. Some people I've met in person, so I've seen them in person. But thank you very much for signing in every single week and watching us. And Ryan, do you have any more questions, Ryan? Because
I was just gonna say, Walter, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. It's definitely good to hear your story and everything, and looking forward to trying some of those sauces.
I appreciate it. I'll get some shipped out to y'all, and Farm to Fire, I've got some shipping to you as well. Greg, hit me up. I'll find a retailer where you can pick up pistachio. And it sounds like I'm going to see y'all in Mississippi at the end of January.
I'm gonna try. I gotta.
Oh, now Ryan's trying, because he usually can't go.
I said I was.
His wife won't let him out of marital jail for a week to go. But now that I've got all these people, I've asked the Flaming Mongrels to come, and then now Walter's coming, and then we're going to be cooking maybe with Farm to Fire.
You getting down to the shed ever since you've gone both years, and
I love it.
Shut up. I mean, at least I've met Al Fragoni, and Walter's met Al Fragoni. I mean,
I've met Al Fragoni. I sat last year with Al. I didn't get the. Now you got the advantage because you got to eat some of Al Fragoni's food. I just got to hang out with Al Fragoni.
So good. But
No, we'll get you hooked. Well, stick around in the green room when we take you down, and then either I'll get your phone number or an email where I can get you directly, so I can send you these.
I'll go to him, Walter, info, whatever you want. Happy.
No, I'm happy.
I need to make that one. I got a new one I got to make. Happy at KinzieFoods.com.
Happy at Kinzie Foods. I think it's a great product. Anybody that's watching, anybody that follows, get over to Ryan. Put that little thing back up there with the Kinzie Food. Get over there, check out the products, and order some, taste it, try it, see what you think about it. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, Terry White over on Instagram says another great guest. The greatest show that nobody watches.
The greatest show that nobody watches. I do have a thing for that. I just got to get it made.
We get you know what we should do, Steve? We should take clips of all the first releases that are on this show and put that into.
I got it. I tried. I did it once when Susie really came out with the gloves. I paid it back. But yeah, we would have to go back and watch every single episode and try and figure out. There's a whole bunch of them, and Walter's now just added to it.
Yes. We won't bring it up again.
Sure it will. It's gonna be the first. It's gonna be the first real clip that goes out tomorrow morning. Is going to be the look what you missed. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make the reel. So everybody, so if you see the reel come out tomorrow, it's going to be Walter just about to say the flavor, and then it's going to cut off, and I'm going to say,
why would you tell him that?
I love it.
Should have watched the show last night.
It's going to create curiosity.
But now they're not going to go watch it because they're going to go, well, he's not going to put it out there. So,
well, no, I'm going to say that you should see what you missed. You should have watched this. That's going to be the comment. You should have watched the show last night, or go back and watch the show.
Go back and watch the show. Great show, guys.
And just so everybody knows, I'll let a little secret slip out. Matt and Toby are on here, but as of right now, Gobble Gobble Farm to Fire Louisiana will be this year's Thanksgiving guest. Wow. Well, it's not actually on Thanksgiving because obviously there's no show. It's usually I think it's the week before. I think it's the week before Thanksgiving. Last year we had the one, the only, the great going into the Hall of Fame this year, Malcolm Reed. This year it's going to be Farm to Fire Louisiana.
Yeah, she
announced. Oh yeah, look at she announced she announced the Pecan Whisperer on the show. See,
I love that.
This is where it all comes out. And Happy Pepper says, "I really like this chat because we get to meet some amazing people." Yes.
Well, thank you. I try really hard to find. Well, like I said, I find. I said on the show last week. I find guests based on people that I really want to talk to and find out their story. So that's how I search for people because I'm interested. I'm interested, just as everybody else. I'm a barbecue geek, and for somebody to do what you're doing, Walter, to take that step. See, I don't have the cojones to do that myself. So, I mean, I think that's just the fact that you started.
Another way to say it is I'm an idiot, but
no, I'm just saying it's just like, I mean, you seem to be doing well with it, but I admire people and it's, to me, it's like, because there's a lot of people that watch every single week. And we've had, obviously from working at the store, I see a lot of very small people and, that are just starting out locally and this and that. And I want them to meet someone such as yourself that started off in the same boat to see that, keep working at it. You may not win every single day. Yeah, you may not win every day, but I mean, it's a possibility. But as you said, it is a very crowded space. You just have to keep in mind that you're in a very crowded, you're in a small bubble for one, you're in the small barbecue bubble for one, and then you're in a very large competitive space.
I try to embrace losing. Like, we're going to get things wrong every single day, and the quicker we can figure out the wrong way to do something, the closer we are to doing it right. And so it's something we legit try to celebrate, and we're screwing stuff up all the time, and we are still very, very small. I mean, some of those logos, Melinda's and Blues Hog that you pass through on your break, I mean, those are behemoths that are just crushing. Right. I can't imagine how many units Blues Hog's moving on a weekly basis, or Melinda's. I mean, they're really, really good companies putting out some good products. So, and they're everywhere. And I one of these days, God willing, we'll be right there with them.
That's it. So I do have something that I was going to say a while back, and this goes to what Walter was saying, because he worked in retail before, and he does a lot what he was talking about with listening. When I worked in hardware, I still work in hardware somewhat. This was back in the late 90s. I worked in a store in Western Springs, and the owner at that time, his name was Ed Johnson, and it is words that I have lived by for the last 20 some years. And he said, in retail, you'll never be 100% successful. But if you listen to your customers will tell you what they want to buy. And you'll probably be maybe 53 to 54% successful, but at least you stand a better chance of winning. So I admire the fact that, so that's to everybody. Listen to what don't look at everybody and say, like Walter was saying, don't say that, that guy's a jerk because he said something about, look at what he's saying.
Yep.
Does he have a valid point?
Yep.
Okay, everybody creates something. It's their baby, and I get it. But, the same thing that happens at the store. If somebody comes in, I look at a negative. Yeah, sometimes I get a little butthurt if somebody says someone negative about Wanamaker's. But then after a day or so, you kind of go back and you look at it and go like, okay, why did he say that? Is there a way I can remedy that and fix it? But that's what Ed was saying. If you listen and you make the little changes, if it's possible, they'll tell you what you want to buy, what they want to buy, and how they will make it more successful. And constructive criticism is a good thing, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. We have a lot of customers in Chicago, and we're not on any retail shelves there. So if there's an opportunity at this place, you could be the first. And our email database just for Chicago customers is probably 8,000 people. And we could point all of them there.
Wow, look at that.
That's the way I like to do it. So maybe this weekend, stop in. If not, for sure, we'll get something on. I'd love to work with Kinzie Foods because I think there could be some fun stuff as far as even doing the limited release drops and all that other stuff. I think there's a way we can do.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I love that.
I did have this. This is. I'm going to bring this up, and I know we're going to get you out of here, but this is the current limited release?
That was the first. And so you actually just brought something up inadvertently that we haven't talked about. So when we do our limited releases, we make 250 bottles. One bottle is different though. And so that the limited release for January is jalapeno lime. The bottle was green, but one bottle was that. And I let my daughter, one bottle was that. And so that's a one of one bottle. And I let my daughters decide. They rotate. And so that month was Piper. She's my oldest daughter. And she had to pick a number between 1 and 250. And the person that bought that number got that bottle. And so every single month, and we never say who wins it, anything. We just send it to them. They have no idea that they're the winner. They open the box and they have the one of one bottle or they have the limited release bottle. And so,
what do they win if they get the limited release bottle besides the bottle?
They get the one of one, and then everybody that buys the limited release, we always give a piece of merch, but I also create a one-on-one piece of merch. And so there's always like a unique hat or a unique t-shirt or something like that they get. And so they get, and we also send a separate bottle. And we figured that out after the second time we did it because they kept saying, I don't want to open it. It's a one of one bottle.
I was just
going
to say,
we now send a
that
second bottle plus a limited piece of. So if they decide they don't want to open it, they can. We've only been doing this since January, one a month. And I know of 3 bottles that have not been opened yet. And so.
That's awesome. I love that idea. I was going to say that too. I was like, well, who wants to open it?
Well, Ryan, tell me that you did not have like the same idea I did, but like the next limited release, I'm buying 250 bottles. Just to make sure I get the one off.
There you go.
You're buying 250 bottles?
Yeah. It guarantees he gets it.
To make it this way, I can guaranteed to get the special label. And then
see, by the time he puts his order in for the 250th one, I'll sneak one in there.
You'll get like one. I'll get 249 bottles, and then Ryan will
get the
one that has the special label.
It was we have now open-ended it. You can order as many as you want, but we did have one time where I was like, let's just limit it to 2 per person. And we announced that we were doing it. And I'm not kidding you. We had this one household that we shipped 4 different orders of 2 bottles to one household. And I was like, all right, the only person losing here now is me, because now I got to buy 4 labels, not 1. And so we got rid of it. But,
Walter, I think would be kind of a neat thing. And I give you full permission to use the logo on that new flavor that you discussed. If that's going to be like a limited release flavor, if you want the special label to be the Thursday Night BBQ Chat label, because that's where you release the information first, you're more than welcome to. We could do a limited release of that new flavor. If you didn't watch the show, you don't know what the new flavor is, but if you were here the whole time, you'd know. And then it would have the Thursday Night BBQ Chat label on it.
I love it.
You
never know. You never know.
Maybe it goes right, just a small one, right above the QR code.
That's on the bottom.
Maybe I'll change the name from what I was going to name it to just For Ryan and Steve.
For Ryan and Steve.
Oh, that's I don't want to hear anything else. The show's over. Done.
Y'all, this has been a treat, and you've had some amazing guests on this podcast. You do your homework, Steve. I don't say yes to everything that comes my way as well. And I went on and I looked at it really quick. I was like, all right, this is like all the heavy hitters in the industry. I've got to do this. And so it's an honor to be included in this. I don't feel like I belong, but because you've had some really, really big rock stars here. So thank you for including me in this and let me be a part of it. It does mean a whole lot to me. So
no, you're part of this family now. So you'll be back. We'll have some other flavors that you come out with, and we'll have you back on, and maybe we'll see you down in Mississippi in January to do some hanging out. And then, that's why Ryan and I call it the greatest show that nobody watches, because we've had some absolutely amazing guests, from big names to small names and everybody in between. So is that Donnie? Thanks, Donnie.
Yep, Donnie. See you next week.
Yep.
All right, Walter, we'll let you take off. And thanks again for saying yes. We look forward to all this stuff, and then to hang out down there, because we'll be done in a couple seconds. And then so I can get a good contact for you. I can get you some of those people, because I think you'd have fun.
I love that. I appreciate
collaborating with some of those people.
And before I drop you down, I want to just get we got Stevie Stir Fry over on Instagram, says, hey guys. And Terry White, who's here every single week with us, he said, you belong.
Oh, amazing.
There you go, see?
Amazing.
Yeah. All right, Walter, we'll drop you down, but hang out. We'll bring you right back up here.
Sounds good.
All right, man. You know what, Steve? I was just thinking, this is probably one of the first shows, or the very few shows, I didn't kick you off the stage.
Well, that's true, Ryan. Well, I kind of played kind of nice. I was kind of an awe. I know Walter said that, he's, didn't kind of fit in with all the guests we have. But as I told you, I am mesmerized by every single guest I have, because I get excited about people that start their own business and do this stuff, because I know I can't do it. I know we started this podcast, and you see how far we've gotten with it. But it's just the whole idea. This is kind of the thing that I love about the whole chat, is getting to meet people like Walter and all the guests we've had, and just having a basic chat with them. And just, it wasn't all about business. It wasn't. I like to get to know everybody like on their personal level, and that's been the fun part about the whole chat experience and stuff like that. So
it's never structured. There's no layout. There's no game plan. It's just sit back, have a good time, and enjoy.
So next week, Ryan, here on the big show, the greatest show that nobody watches, we are going to have, and I missed it by like one person, I think. We are going to, I'm going to say his name wrong, so if everybody knows, we are going to have Tung Nugent on. He was just in the finals of the Barbecue Brawl on the Food Network. I don't know what place he actually finished in. Almost, I was kind of watching it. I don't have Food Network at home. Was kind of following on, because again, just like Walter, I had made him a guest a month or so ago. And as he got closer, and then I found out he was in the finale, I was kind of like, holy cow, Ryan and I are going to get a scoop. We're going to have Tung on. like almost like probably like the first show after he won the barbecue brawl, but he didn't win the barbecue brawl. He was like second or third or something like that. But nonetheless, he was in the finals of the barbecue brawl. He is, if you want to look him up, you can either look him up under his name, Tung Nguyen. It's not Nugent. How do you say Nguyen?
Nguyen. I think the N is silent, isn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea. So I feel bad because that sounds like I'm saying Ted Nugent, but it's not. It's a tongue. I mean, what anyway? But he goes by the Aging Cajun Cowboy. He's got his own sauces and stuff like that. So check him out before we get there, and we look forward to that. And then on the 23rd, Ryan, this show is starting to become epic. We'll see what happens. We are going to have a bunch of people from the Melinda's Wing Battle people on the screen at the same time. Right now, we're only up to like 4 people. It's going to be Ryan and myself. It's going to be Chris Bonotto. It's going to be Chef Fig. And I got Mike Johnson is going to make his second visit on the show, but he's going to be on there. And then Chef Fig is working to try and get some of the other people on here. So we could have up to like 9. We could have up to 8 or 9 people on the screen at the same time. All the competitors that will be in this year's Melinda's Wing Battle at Hondo may be on the show. So that's everything that's coming up for the rest of July. Ryan, I think we're done for the night.
I'll try to pop in. Hopefully I don't cancel the show like last year.
Well, you're not going to be there. You're going to be there on the 23rd, aren't you?
No, I'll be there.
You won't be here next week for
next weekend. I will be flying back out to Blackstone headquarters to hang out with the griddle crew. And yeah.
They still do that?
Anyway. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thursday Night BBQ Chat. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
We'll meet out at the Little Blackstone.